to the RunnerX podcast, where we talk about all things running. As many runners know, it's 90% mental. So join Coach Valerie and Coach Caroline as we go through the mental side of running. Welcome back to Tough Love Tuesdays. I'm your host, Coach Caroline, and today I want to talk about something that I've noticed recently. I will sit in a chair like a lounge chair. And sometimes after a long day at work and where I have a stand-up desk, I work in my home, but I'm in another office, I'll come back and I'll sit down and I'll notice like my butt or my back hurt, right? And so I'll try to center in on like what's going on in my butt or my back. And I'll realize that I'm clinching, that my legs, I've got them really tight, or that'll happen sometimes before I go to bed. I'm trying to relax and I'm sitting there and I find myself tensed up. Do you ever find yourself that way? Do you find yourself driving and your shoulders are in your ears, or your biceps are really tight, or you're even clenching your fists? I bring this up because we think that if we go running and we have pain, that it's from the running. Okay, if I'm learning something new and something's not working, okay, I've got calf pain, it must be from the running. I want to challenge you to realize that, your body's with you off when you're not running, okay? Yes, your body's with you when you're running, but you have, like, if you go out and run for, say, 30 minutes, you have 23 and a half hours in the day that you are doing other things. And you do affect your body. So if you're clinching, if you're standing incorrectly, if you're weeding the garden, if you're lifting your child, lifting your dog, getting in and out of the car in a precarious situation, you can really mess up your body. You can tweak your back. You can hurt your shoulder, hurt your hip, totally outside of running. You can blow your knee out having nothing to do with running. But a lot of times what we'll do is we'll have pain, and rather than say, oh, I'm really curious, why is that pain in just one butt cheek? Why is that pain radiating up into my back? Oh my gosh, I'm clinching, or I've been standing all day and I haven't given my body any way to circulate the blood because it's just been standing and pooling in my feet. Maybe I need to put my feet up on the wall. Rather than really getting in tune to your body and how it works and your relationship with it, we disconnect from it and we think, what did I do in my workout? What did I do in my run? What did I do like in a purposeful training environment that caused pain? And we're not looking at the disconnect we have with our bodies throughout the day. That's what I want to focus on here today. When you connect with your body through the running, you will learn to connect with your body through everything. I have 4 Dalmatians, so you can imagine I have quite a lot of feces in my yard, and we clean it up every day, sometimes multiple times a day. I noticed as I started working on my running that I was bending over to pick up the dog poop. And I had also been trying to work on my squats. I mentioned that in a previous episode that I had been working on the flexibility of my hips. So now what I have to do is I have to consciously think, don't bend over, squat. So I'll bend over and go, oops, nope, squat. And I'll squat to pick up the poop. And so it's part of like where you become attuned to what your body is doing outside of the gym, outside of the running experience. I want you to do that. I want you to look at this week and really tune into, am I clenching my butt? Am I gripping too tight when I'm in a meeting? Am I tweaking my back because I'm getting out of the car wrong, or I'm trying to reach back to do something with my child that's totally foreign to something I do on a normal basis? And that's why my shoulder hurts. That the shoulder hurting has nothing to do with the weight that I just lifted in the gym. It has to do with how I'm getting the bottle for my child in the back seat. Okay? I really want you to take some time this week to gain a relationship with your body and how it moves in space. Because as you become more aware of your body, then you can fix things. If I'm clenching, I loosen up. If I'm going to bed, I go, oh, well, relax, right? If I notice that I'm bending over instead of squatting when I'm picking up the dog stuff, then it's okay because I will go ahead and start squatting. 4 dogs, I got at least 4 pieces of poop, right? So if I bend over for the first one, I've got 3 squats left. So I want you to consider that as you go through your daily life this week. I really want you to become aware of your body and space, not just when you're running, not just when you're working out, but when you're going about your day. Really connect with what am I doing with my body? Where am I disconnecting from my core? Where am I just sitting in my hip? And maybe how can I change that? How can I develop a new habit to start realizing, oh, maybe I keep one of those tune-up balls by my stand-up desk. And when I'm on a meeting, I roll my foot because that's going to make my foot feel better at the end of the day when I sit down. Just little things like that I want you to start thinking about as you go throughout your day. And that's all I have for you this week. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you for joining us on the RunRx podcast. If you'd like to know more, join us at www.runrx.fit. And if you have additional questions that you'd like answered on the podcast, email us at support@runrx.fit.